Well, we know we have a loaded docket coming up this weekend with football Friday night, the score, but we start off things tonight, and yeah, we had a little bit of everything. We're going to start you off at Ruston High School, where the Lady Bearcats are hosting the Ashe Lady Trojans on the volleyball court. Bearcats firing right out of the gates. It's Jane Ramsey with a big-time kill from the middle of the floor at that point. And then how about this, the sophomore Bridget Crittenden going to work right here, finding the back line for the service ace. Just got a piece of it, but just enough to secure the point. Then it's Naomi Smith getting in on the action right here. She's going to do some work from the outside, a little cross-court kill, not able to be returned at that point. There's Baylor Carley time. She's going to do a little bit of the same cross-court. Nobody home on this one, but check her out on this very next one. There was somebody home, just nobody going to touch this thing. It was hit so hard, as you're going to see Miss Carley right here putting this thing down with some authority at that point. And then how about this, to kind of cap off the highlights, is Caden Walker going to work in the first set here. She serves up the service ace. That was one of her back-to-back aces in this one. Ruston gets the sweep over Ashe, 3-0, winning 25-9, 25-7, and 25-7. Also in action, the Neville Lady Tigers taking on the Downsville Lady Demons. Neville up 2-1, heading into set number 4. Ava Wimberly, check her out right here in the middle. She just gets up and puts one down right there. The big time kill to net, but the Lady Demons will respond right back. It's Caitlin Hummel. She's going to get the kill of her own from the outside, kind of gets one to roll off the net, and yeah, just not able to be returned at that point. Miss Hummel going to do some more damage this time from the other side, and this time a little more finesse as she just tips one over there for the easy point. Then it's Madison Bailey for the Lady Tigers. She's going to do some work at the net right here with a little bit of blockage. We'll give her credit, and we're going to call that a black block right there. Good stuff from her. And then Miss Wimberly going back to work, this time with the service ace. This one returned out of bounds, but you like that one, you're going to love this one. Miss Wimberly once again going to serve up the ace. Tell you what, the spin, the rotation, the flip over the net, everything was just working for the Lady Tigers early in set number 4. And then it's Kiara Young right here. Beautiful play, a beautiful save, and she's going to put one down. I missed it, couldn't find the ball, but yeah, beautiful kill from her at that point. Lady Demons, though, just kept climbing back in this one. As you're going to see Kinsley Smith from the outside. She gets one and goes cross court, finds the line, and gets one to drop in for the point. Then it's Miss Bailey again with the beautiful tip, trying to catch the Lady Demons sleeping, and she does just that. The Lady Tigers are going to get another point at that moment in the game. Nice little set here. Check out Miss Young, going to finish things off, kind of loop around the back end of this thing, and then tip one over where nobody can get to it. Fun stuff from her at that point. Then it's Alyssa Rush, not so nice about it this time. Big time kill from the outside, putting this thing down hard. Nobody able to block it, nobody able to dig it out. Good stuff from her. Then it's Kara Barclay going to work, and she's going to serve up the ace right there. Tell you what, I keep talking about these serves, but you see the knuckleballs on them, and yeah, I don't know if I could return one of those serves myself. And Eden Miller going to prove it just again right here. She gets the short serve for the ace right there. Then Miss Miller going to do it once again for back-to-back aces. Neville would call a timeout, try to resettle, and yeah, Miss Miller would keep going, but it would be Jody Kuklis who would serve up the ace, not just one, but back-to-back aces of her own. Neville hangs on and gets the win 3-1, 25-18, 25-11, 20-25, and 25-19. Your final on that one. Let's check out some other volleyball action coming your way later on this week. Ruston at home hosting Northwood. Should be a great showdown. West Monroe will be taking on Huntington at home. Yeah, a little rematch from the football game. Neville back in action hosting Caddo Magnet and West Washita. Going to be welcoming in the Wildcats of Walsman later on, coming up on Thursday. Let's do some softball action. I told you we had a little bit of everything. Here's some softball. Riverfield Academy and Prairie View Academy. Lady Spartans up 3-0 early, but it's Evie Eldridge for Riverfield. Yeah, she's trying to get something going. She doubles in the bottom of the 5th to lead things off, and there's Jordan Nielsen. She's going to rip one to center field for an RBI double, makes it a 3-1 game. Again, this is in the bottom of the 5th. Looks like we have something brewing, but the Lady Spartans having none of it. It starts with Brooklyn Avery in the top of the 6th. She's going to hit a little flare down the right field line. This ball is going to drop. A run's going to score. Extends the Lady Spartans lead up to 4-1 at that point. Let's jump ahead to the top of the 7th now. And this is where Prairie View Academy kind of runs away with things. It's Brindley McCoy hitting one to right center field fence. 2 runs are going to score at that point, extends the lead up to 6-1. Then it's Micaiah Hobbs joining in on the fun. She rips one right back up the middle, and another run's going to plate across the plate at that point to make it a 7-1 ball game. Now how about Elena Robinson finding some green grass in the left side? Yeah, 2 more runs are going to score. Prairie View Academy, another late game charge of this one as they get the win over Riverfield, 9-1. Your final on that one. Let's check out some softball scores, Briarfield Academy jumps all over Kennesaw Academy 14-0 in 3 innings. Franklin Academy gets a big-time win over Central Christian 17-1. And how about Tallulah Academy getting the 13-3 win over Humphreys to continue their winning ways. All right, again, had a little bit of everything. That included fall tennis action. Neville, Ruston, the frenemies, if you will. Lillian Finley and Kathleen Donahue going at it. Check out Miss Donahue right here with the beautiful point after a nice rally from these two ladies. And then Miss Finley using all the court this time. She's going to find the open space for the easy point. And then Donahue going to send one right into your living room. I think that was my cue to watch out and pay attention at all times. Beautiful stuff from her. And Miss Finley, a great forehand for the point. She secures the win 8-5. Your final on that one. Boys singles, Jake Hawkins and Will Cruz. Will Cruz and Jake Hawkins both in the state tournament last season. Hawkins with the serve, not able to get, not returnable in play at least. That'll be a point from him. And then how about this little rally right here? Cruz, though, would end up getting the point in this one, and he would end up with the final laugh in this one as he gets to win over Jake Hawkins. 8-1 your final. Should be fun to see those two later on this season and later on in the spring. Boys double. This is Nick Leha and William Sandiford. And yeah, check them out right here. Leha with the service ace, and Sandiford going to go to work extending out and going to get the point right there. The Bearcats, though, get the beautiful ace. Leha and Sandiford, though, get the win 8-0. Team results in this one. Ruston girls would get the win over Neville 6-4 your final. And on the boys side, yeah, defending state champ, the Neville Tigers get the win 6-3 your final in that one. And as I mentioned, a very fun day. We got Dog Talk, talk about those Louisiana Tech Bulldogs who come off a great weekend over LSU, although in a loss, but a great effort. And then plus we're leading up to high school football on Friday night. We're gonna have it all right here for you in the score. We'll see you later.